Okay, as many of you might know, I have recently, during this year, started making a lot of paper cut collages where I paint textures and I cut them out into a lot of flowers mostly and just make collages of different things. And it's been a lot of fun and I've been enjoying it so much. It's such a freeing process to me and it feels very experimental and crafty and lovely. So today we're gonna have a look at some video footage of me making one of these collages. I actually filmed this to make a reel, so it's like vertical video, but I've edited it together to work okay in like a horizontal YouTube video context, because basically I filmed this for a reel and then when I was done I realized I had filmed like 25 minutes of footage, which is like a bit much for a reel on Instagram or a TikTok or whatever. So I decided to make it into a YouTube video. So without further ado, we're gonna start the video now. Okay, so I usually work on my green cutting mat and I use my scissors and my glue stick, and I have all of these painted textures that I've made with acrylic paint mostly, and I cut out different shapes out of them and just glue them to my base paper to make different things. And I like to add a lot of pencil texture because it's one of my favorite textures ever. Like gouache or acrylic paint with pencil texture on top of it is just chef's kiss. So yeah. I don't think I had much of a plan when I was starting making this. I usually don't when I try to make these flower collages. The only thing that does happen sometimes is when I don't sketch out the shapes, is that it doesn't turn out like I want it to. Like one of these yellow bell flowers really looked like a foot all of a sudden. I think it's coming up later in the video. Here you can see me placing the little stem and the flower and trying to plan out the composition. And that's something I really like about collage, is that I can experiment with the composition a lot and move things around before I place them. So if I paint or something, which I do very rarely, I tend to get very stressed out about where to place things and the fact that I can't undo or move something a little bit over to the left or the right or whatever, because it's permanent when you paint, or you can paint over it, but it's a lot of more work than just trying to move collage pieces around and stuff like that. So here I decided I wanted to make it into a bendy flower rather than an upward flower. So I made a little C shape, because I don't have to make the entire stem as one shape. I can just glue it together by different shapes, and I kind of like how that looks. So I wanted to combine different greens in the leaves, and I found this gorgeous light green that I had painted. The only thing I find with collage is that I love making the collages, but I don't always love making the textures. It's kind of meditative, I guess, but also I just sometimes want to make something rather than make things to be able to make stuff. Lumas is here. My little cat. I think this is the foot flower coming now. No. You. How are you? Ooh. A little tail. Yeah, that flower didn't turn out good at all, so I think I started over entirely. And this is the foot flower, maybe. My cat is very upset here. He wants some attention, and I'm just trying to film a video. I didn't like where this shape was going at all, and I was thinking about how to do things, as you can see where I tap the scissors on my hand, and that cut is where sometimes when I'm cutting things, just my brain can't understand which way I should turn the scissors to be able to get the shape I want, and this time it just turned into a foot, which is why I decided to make a simpler flower bud instead of an actual flower, because I tried a few times and I just lost patience with it. Yes? What do you want? He's a silly little boy. I think when I try to glue things down, sometimes I take a picture of it with my phone because it can be hard to remember like how you've placed them before you glue it down, and you have to like remove most things to be able to glue things. So it always looks a little bit different from your first like just placing things on top of the paper. But in general, I try to not care too much because part of this process for me is that I can't control it fully. Like that is part of the things I find fun. And it means I can't be as perfectionistic. Is that how you say that word? Like my brain, perfectionistic. Is that even a word in English? I don't know. So here I decided to add some like lighter leaves to the composition and some more pencil marks. I bought some Prismacolor pencils a while back and I really like them for these kinds of like marks, to add some texture and interest to these kinds of things. And then a big thing for me is that it's kind of hard to glue these kind of thin like stems and stuff, and what I do is what you can see here, which is that I place my finger on top of the glue and just hold it down and drag the stem or the thin little paper cut piece so that it gets glue on it, because like just placing it down on a surface and gluing all over it, you get so much glue on the like surface below it and stuff like that, and it's bad times. I think I was thinking here, which is not going well, as you can see. It was a while ago I filmed this actually, and I have been meaning to film a voiceover for this for ages and I just haven't, and yeah. I actually really like this glue stick that I'm using here. Oh no, don't place it there. Yeah, up a little. Yeah, good. I really like the Oohoo glue stick because it doesn't like, I've had other glue kind of like lose stickiness over time, which meant that my collages like fell apart after a few months, which is kind of sad. But this seems to really stick, and it isn't too messy, because like liquid glue might get a bit all over the place and also might wobble the paper, so a glue stick like this is really good. I've actually been loving so much to make these collages this year. I have had a lot of fun with it. I've had some of the most fun I've ever had with art at all with these collages. I haven't made any in a while now, and I don't really know why, but I really want to make more. You can't really see what I'm doing in these clips. I don't know why. Cat is running around all over the place. Can you see him in the window? Oh my god. So here I was trying to give like a little hill that they're growing on. I don't think What did you knock over? Little hill that they're growing on. I don't think He's really bored. He's really trying to distract me. My collage process isn't about planning and making perfect pieces, which is why I love it so much, because I just like trust my intuition and I have fun and I'm playful and just cut out shapes, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and just enjoy the process. Do you want to be in the video? Vad är det? Jag är jätteupprörd. Vis mig så tråkigt då. Okay, I put him in the wardrobe and I'm hoping he will calm down. I really like this vibrant yellow, yeah. Especially together with the greens. I really like the texture in the big dark green leaf. Leaf. There are so many nice like shifts in color and texture that I really like. And here I just try to add some details with my Tombow brush pens to give some more interest to the flowers, and some orange on top of the yellow. I don't remember doing this. It was so long ago I filmed this, I don't even remember what I'm doing. I don't remember having red flowers in this. Maybe I don't in the end. That doesn't look good. And this is what I mean by trying out the composition. I can just like move it around and try it out in different ways. And like, do I like it there? Do I like it there? No, I don't. And I just can remove it then, which is so good about collage. And here I've cut out a flower and it looks a bit wonky, so I'm just adding on leaves to make it a bit more not wonky. Just like cutting out the shapes and gluing them together and working with the composition and different colors and everything and just making flowers. And I tend to make more like simple compositions and subjects when I work with this. I find it easier to make more like complex compositions and stories and stuff like that when I'm drawing digitally. And this, I find it easier to just make like flowers and little animals maybe, but that might be because I'm still kind of new to this. I have been making collages for many years, like on and off, but mostly cutting out like things from magazines and making more figurative, or like cutting out already things being things, not like this where I use like flat color and cut out the shapes to make the subjects. So maybe with some more practice I could make more advanced or like complex compositions and add more characters or houses, because so far I've mostly made flowers, which I really like. I love flowers and I love making art with flowers, but I kind of feel sometimes that it would be fun to make collages with more different subjects. And cutting these small circles is somewhat frustrating. Like I try to not cut too many small things when I make collages because it's so frustrating. Like I see some collage artists make like really tiny things and really small, like detailed collages, and I'm just like, how do you do that? Because I find it so fun to cut out like those big leaves. That's my favorite part, and do like big rips in the paper and stuff like that. But doing tiny things, just they go everywhere and they are hard to glue down, and it just drives me, I don't know. A little stem. They look like these flowers look a bit like hyacinths or something. That's cute. I did add some red in the end, I guess, in these ones. I like that I haven't even checked what the finished collage looks like before filming this voiceover. It's as big of a surprise to me as it is to you, even though I made it. Sometimes it's really good that your fingers go like quite sticky after a while from working with glue, because you can use it to, as you can see here, to like pick up small items. I just like tap them with my finger and they stick to my finger, which means I don't have to like lift them up with two fingers and get a grip on them. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. I really like where this is going. Oh, there goes the flower. I guess I didn't film that. Surprise flower. And I added the orange flower on there and it's looking super cute. I like how the shapes go kind of like simple and naive when I make collages. I really would like to get more of that into my digital work, because sometimes I feel like I get stuck in trying to make them look detailed or realistic. Not realistic, none of my art is realistic really, but you get what I mean, because with cutting the shapes with scissors you can't get them to look like exactly like the real thing does. And you get little like, some cuts are straight and some cuts are a little bendy and stuff like that. So you can get like round shapes and straight lines and things in a like nice combo. I know words. Yeah, just adding more leaves to give this collage some more interest now. Some tiny leaves here and there. I really like the red and orange and yellow together. This is like my go-to palette for art. It's like greens, warm greens mostly. This biggest leaf to the left and the ground here is kind of more bluish than I usually use, but the light leaves are exactly down my alley with like how they're green but almost yellow, and green and but almost brown in some cases when it's darker. But combining that with yellows and oranges and reds, it's just such a safe and nice color palette to me, and I love it so much. I love adding these like middle stems for the, or I don't know what they're called, like the stick in the middle of a leaf, two leaves in collage, because I think it gives it so much more interest. And yeah, I just like the way it looks. That's like what my art comes down to so much. I just like the way it looks. It's not that deep all the time. A little light leaf. I don't think I used this because, as you could see there, it didn't really like differentiate itself from the background light leaf, because it's something I really find important when I make art, is that since I don't use line art as much, I want the values to be different enough for the shapes to still be clear and to be visible, that they're different parts of the like composition. So yeah, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm making stars. Cutting stars without planning anything is always a bit of an experiment. Like sometimes they turn out okay, and sometimes they have like 3 spikes. Sometimes they look like wonky in a good way, and sometimes they don't look wonky in a good way. They just look wonky and weird. This one I like. And I always love adding stars to my compositions and my art, because it gives that bit of magic and just like nice, fantastical feel. And also adding little orange thing there. I also love adding little details with markers and pens, and yeah, in the end. Because I think it adds a lot of like character and a lot of interest in areas that would just otherwise be white or plain. And then I glue down the star. As you can see, I still use the like fact that my fingers are so sticky from glue. The thing that can happen, that happened here, is that you get glue outside of the area where you want it, and that can sometimes give like a grayish tint to the paper, which is not fun. You can sometimes scrape it off with your fingernail, but sometimes you just gotta accept that you got glue in the wrong place, and let's just move on. Where do I want to add this little orange thing? That's the big question. There? I guess. I really like where this is going. I think I should add more little details with like my brush pens, because it looks a bit weird with just the 3 little ones down there, but I think I will soon in this video. Yeah, there we go. Maybe I do remember. I love adding these little plus signs like as stars together with little circles. I just like the way it looks. It doesn't really read as a star. It's more like an XO, but I like that it's just, I don't know. I think it looks cute. An orange dot there. Okay. I think I instantly regretted doing that. I think it looks done. I don't need to do anything more. What else am I gonna do? Add more grass? Try things out and then decide I don't want to add anything? Maybe something though. Here I'm just trying out like different angles of the little grass leaf, and to see what looks best. Oh, I'm adding it there. Interesting. I guess it looks okay. I don't know. It's weird kind of looking back at your process this like long after, because you don't remember what your thought process was for each decision, and you just see how it changes the composition in this case. And yeah. But to be fair, I don't want this to be for perfect, like the perfect composition or whatever. It's just something I do that I think is really fun. And I think art should be like that more for people. I think we often get stuck in thinking it has to be perfect, when in fact we can do art and make art just because we enjoy the process. And I think that's something that's easy to forget, because we want to be good at what we do. and what we make. We want to be proud of what we made and stuff like that, but it is also okay to just have fun, and I think collage is a really good thing for that. Oh yeah, it's done. So here I just tidy up my workspace a little to show the collage, and here it is. I really like the way this collage turned out. It's very cute. It's a bit magical. It's flowers, it's green, it's yellow, it's orange, it's everything I like, and I'm really proud of this one. Even though I think I saw things during watching this and doing this voiceover that I maybe would have not done, like add these little orange dots on the big green leaf, but to be fair, without them, I'm covering them with my fingers, it kind of looks empty, so I don't know, maybe they should have been stars instead or something. I don't know. Yeah, so that was my collage session. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm hoping to make some more videos going forward, but we'll see. I'm not promising anything, which I guess isn't the way you're supposed to do things, but I'm not promising anything anyway, because I do what I want. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. I really enjoyed filming this voiceover. It's so weird because every time I want to do videos like this, I get so nervous beforehand. And then when I start talking, I'm a bit nervous. And then after a while, I just think it's so fun. It's just so fun to talk with the camera and talk about my art and just be a silly little goose. Hope you enjoy. The next video I will be posting will probably be a little draw with me that I already have in process, so I hope you look forward to that, because I look forward to filming my voiceover for that one. And yeah, have a good day.